Hello. Hello. How is everybody? It's Monday. I didn't think I was going to be here, y'all, and I still might get cut off. Depends on what the internet people are going to do to outside. Hi, Suzette. Um, yeah, I got notice yesterday. Well, last night. It's just so weird. It said they're working on this area. And the only thing I can think of is they're working on the road repaving and stuff. So I don't know if they're, I don't know if they're, I don't know what they're doing out there. But anyway, so I woke up this morning and checked to see if there was any outages, and it said no. So I guess whatever they did at 6:30 this morning. I don't know. So if I get cut off, don't panic. We'll figure it out, and either I'll come back on tomorrow or whatever. But I figured we might as well just keep on trucking, right? How are you doing, Suzette? Are you doing great? The weather here is, I don't want to complain, but I guess we have to. The pollen is ridiculous right now. I mean, ridiculous. So, if you hear me sneezing after a while, it's because I can feel it up in here. Um, I take meds in the evening for allergies, so I can't take any right now. Let me see. Let me put my phone on so that I can see what it looks like. There I be. Okay. Yeah, looks okay. Okay, everybody. I am Cathy with Sassy Silver Sisters, and where are they? Right there. And I come on once a month. Whoa, once a week. Try to anyway. Try to schedule an event so you guys can look and see. And it's April 17th, 2023, and it's Monday. And I've got a lot going on, and it's a typical Monday. How about you guys? Typical Monday. So anyway, okay, let me do this. Okay, let's see what Alexa's got for us. I see the sunshine is out there. Alexa. Oh yeah, yeah. Alexa, volume up. Alexa, what is the weather in Culpeper, Virginia?
Currently, in Culpeper, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds with a high of 68 degrees and a low of 44 degrees.
Okay. Alexa, tell me a joke about allergies.
I tell you a joke about the birds and the bees, but you might find it appalling.
Appalling, get it? That's funny. That's cute. Your winter is on its way. Okay, I don't know what that means. Does that mean cooler weather, or what does that mean for your area? I don't know. Um, but anyway, that's cool. Yeah, that the pollen is ridiculous here. We had a yard sale at my daughter's house um, yesterday because we couldn't do it on Saturday because we thought it was going to rain again, and the pollen was ridiculous. It was just all over everything, and I could feel it. I woke up this morning and my eyes were swollen. They probably still are, but that's just the way it goes. As, let me give you an update. I don't know if I told you what was going on, but my son is back to work. And I don't think I explained it to you because we were in that iffy stage. So he had what they call a TIA, which is a mini stroke that short lived. It like comes and goes. He had all the CTs, all the MRIs, all of that. There's no evidence, but he had all the symptoms on one side. So He's released to go back to work, so he's back to work today. But in the meantime, guys, he ended up with a sinus infection and pneumonia. Poor kid. So anyway, poor guy. Anyway, so but he's back to work and he's taken all his whatever he needs to take to get rid of that mess. But yeah, he's back to work. That's was his main concern was to get back to work because he's an auto mechanic and there's a shortage, I think, of good auto mechanics. Oh my gosh. So anyway, okay, dokie. All right. So let's go on. Today, my drink is just coffee and creamer with a little bit of sugar and vanilla in it, and it tastes really, really good. I do have the I'm getting smaller with my paper because of the ink issue. I'm using too much ink, so I said, okay, let's just do smaller paper. That way, I don't have to worry about it. So today is April 17th, y'all. Yes, he's got to take care of himself. You know, guys don't think about stuff like that. They just brush it off like it's no big deal, but it's a big, big, very big deal. Okay, April 17th, Bat Appreciation Day. It is blah 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 day, which that's good. That my video is on blah 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 day because that's what I do, blah blah blah. Okay, Herbalist Day, International Haiku Poetry Day, National Cheese Ball Day, National Stress Awareness Day. Um, you know what it says? National Stress Awareness Day, the first weekday after U.S. taxes are due. So the taxes are due tomorrow, the 18th. Anyway, got that all done. My stress is gone with that. Patriots Day, third Monday of the month. Okay, so we got some history here. In 1397, Geoffrey Chaucer, the Canterbury Tales, tells the Canterbury Tales for the first time at the court of English King Richard II. I love reading this stuff. I copy it, I don't read it. 1964, the Ford Mustang is formally introduced to the marketplace. The base price was $2,368. I don't think you can buy a used Mustang for that. Anyway, birthdays. Okay. April 17th, 1837, John Piermont Morgan, financier, philanthropist. I guess, well, we're too late to hit him up, right? John P. Morgan. Okay, 1894, Nikita Khrushchev, Soviet leader, famous quote, "He will bury you," whatever that. Just we don't need to hear all that. 1897, Thornton Wilder, playwright, novelist. 1918, William Holden, actor, remember him? 1923, Harry Reasoner, TV anchorman, journalist. Yeah. 1961, Norman Boomer, Esiason, I don't know how to pronounce his name, NFL quarterback. 1972, Jennifer Garner. She was the actress Sydney Bristow on TV series Alias. 1974, Victoria Adams, singer, Posh Spice of the of the Spice Girls. Why can't I read? Interesting facts. Smaller paper on used paper. Yeah, I like the used paper stuff too. That way I don't have to buy paper. Okay, that's done. Okay, what else we got to tell you guys? Let me review my. Let me tell you this. You guys need to if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we're trying to grow it because they give you more benefits. We haven't got any new people that we know of because if you don't have a public ID, we don't see who you are. We see numbers move, but we don't see who you are, so we can't give you a shout out. The last person was Denise Fawcett, April 2nd. Thank you very much. I think I already gave her a shout out. I think that's what I'm going to do, give the last person a shout out till a new one comes. And then I'll do, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so follow us on YouTube. There's a lot of people that don't do Facebook, but they will look up YouTube videos. So let them in on what little bit of videos we got on there. Giveaways. Okay, I'm going to talk to the sisters and see if they want to give away to our crowd that's on live. Do you know what I mean? If you're on live and you comment and we see you, then we could take your name down. That's what we used to do before, because these are keychains that long story short, keychains that I technically got free because I bought something else and it didn't get here in time and they kept giving me credit. So I used that credit to buy keychains. And we'll talk about that. And we'll see what we're going to do. I don't mind giving one away because they're small and you can mail them easy. Has to be a USA giveaway or Canada. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let me show you my review. Now, I did this. I sent Kelly the information. This is going to go on our blog whenever she decides. But the reason I looked this up is because hibiscus tea is supposed to be good for blood pressure. Well, I couldn't find plain old hibiscus tea. I did look up how to make it naturally yourself. So that will be my next blog post that I do. This is Tazo, and it's called Passion, and it has hibiscus flowers, licorice root, orange peel, cinnamon rose hips, lemongrass, hibiscus, and elderberry extract, plus the citric acid, which I guess has to keep. So anyway, so this was the best choice that I had. So pretty tea bag. And then, so I went ahead and did some earlier before I got on here. And look how pretty. Look at that pretty color, y'all. This is why I like the clear bowls and stuff. There is a problem with this. It's very tart. Very. So what I do, I wait till it cools off. Then I take take honey, and I put some honey in here, and it's perfect. I also weaken it a little bit and then drink it cold. So I get more for the bag. But look how pretty that. Oh, you can see my messy. Look how pretty that is. I got all kinds of equipment around here, and you can see it in the reflection. Lord have mercy. I got to remember that next time. Okay. Yeah, that's very tart. I don't know how to describe it. Like a sour apple, only it's hibiscus. But yeah, it's something you guys need to check into. I haven't drank it long enough to see if it helps any at all. And I don't know how fast it's supposed to work. I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet to see how that's going to go. But that's the only review I have today. Okay. And I just want to tell everybody that's new. I wanted to tell you too, guys. We got a new package in from our wish list. So if anybody wants to buy off our wish list, there's a link in there somewhere. And if you can't find it, just message us and we'll get back to you sooner or later. Yeah, it's at the top. It's at the top of this. I see it. Okay, wish list products. go ahead and hit that link, go over to our wish list, and then you can purchase something off the wish list, and then we will review it on video. When the video comes out is another story, but we're going to open the package and do a video of the item that is in it on the 25th. But that's exciting. We get excited every time we get a package from our wish list. Okay, so that's we get excited. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I need to know how to deal with allergies. I do know that they tell you when you come in from outside and you're going to stay in, to immediately take a shower and you know, always have those clean bed linens and clean pajamas and stuff on, because what happens is when you come in from outside, you got all that pollen in your hair. Then that pollen gets on whatever your clothes, and if you got it on your clothes and happen to lay on your couch, the pollen gets everywhere because pollen is very sticky. You know, it's got little spikes in it. That's what makes it stick where it needs to go. It don't need to go to my house. It don't need to go to me. I don't like it. But yeah. So we were out there. You know those helicopter things that come out of the trees? We call them helicopters. They're seeds that spin like this, and you can see them coming out of the pine trees. Anyway, we had them all over us yesterday, and then our cars were loaded. Everybody, if you see a car that has yellow dust on it, it's not dust; it's pollen. Um, okay, and I also do salt water nasal spray all the time that cleans the pollen. Hey, Flo, do you have any problems, you guys, with the pollen? The salt water every now and then will help you get rid of the. It'll rinse the pollen out. But anyway, my dentist told to me when you use a neti pot or when you're rinsing your sinuses, put a little baking soda in there because the baking soda calms the salt. It doesn't sting as bad if you have very irritated sinuses. How you doing, Flo? How you doing with all this pollen? Good grief. You guys, Flo, make sure you watch our live on the 25th if you can. It's the 25th. If you can't be there, because you said something about a party or a birthday or something for somebody, for your son or something. But if you can't be there, no problem. I just wanted to remind you. Okay, now for everybody that doesn't know, there's many ways for you to contribute and help us grow our channel. You can contribute financially with stars. You can subscribe. If you subscribe for $4.99 a month, you can discontinue anytime you want. You get more personal stuff over there. It's a group and it's only for us. It's only for the subscribers. When you are no longer subscribing, you are ousted. So this is just, yeah, we do a little more, you get a little more personal um, contact with us. Plus, you get a heads up. If we're thinking of something and we haven't announced it yet, you get a heads up. There's a lot of ways you can contribute. We have different cash options. If you want to send us money for lunch or coffee or whatever, or to help raise money for equipment. We did that one time a long time ago when we first started. We had donations for our equipment, and that was really, really nice. Um, and if you can't do anything or you don't want to do anything like that, that's no big deal. The best thing to do is to share. I'm glad you're doing good, Flo. Share our content, especially the content that you really like. A funny joke or a recipe or whatever we got going on, you can share. Now, I do want to tell you, and I think I put a post on there, we're going to have a drink Working on the garden, good. Um, we have a Kelly come up with the idea. Why don't we share our drink recipe for our next live with everybody if they want to try it? When we try it, cool. I mean, it's just something fun to do. So the drink recipe is in the event. So if you go through Facebook and look where the events are, you'll see our April 25th event, and you will see that it has the recipe in there. And it does, you don't have to make it an alcoholic drink. You can improvise. So, and that's good. Okay. What else is new, ladies? What are y'all up to? I just got really aggravated last night when I got that notice from. I have Xfinity, and I really like Xfinity, and I'm glad they gave me a heads up. But what about all these people that work? They probably went into panic too. All I thought about was, how am I going to do my lives? I'll have to reschedule if I can't. Um, yeah. So, see, what time is it? Okay, we're almost there. I'm usually only on here for about a half an hour for anybody that doesn't know, unless I have to get off for emergency, which happens sometimes. Um, and then I take a break, and then if I could think about it, sometime or other, this video goes over to YouTube. We were doing live, but we had to use two. It wasn't working out going live at the same time. It wasn't working out for me. I did not like the way that things were being done. So I haven't looked back lately to see if they've improved the situation. But it seemed like when I was sharing to both places at the same time, it wasn't it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So I will look into that. What happened? What do you mean about Xfinity? Xfinity has gave me a heads up that um, they were working, they were going to start work on whatever at 6:30 in the morning, and it was to last all day. So I don't know what they were doing. So when I woke up this morning, I checked, and it said there was no outages. The only thing I can think of is they're working on the roads, and maybe they were going to put in new something or other, new cable, maybe, or it said something about, I don't know if I still have it or not. It was a text. Where is it? Okay, right here. No, that's not it. Oh, hi, Cathy. Let's see what it says. We'll be working to enhance the network in your area starting tomorrow, which is today. Work could begin as early as 6 a.m., where I got 6:30 from. You'll experience service outages. We we anticipating completing our work within the day. So I don't know what they're. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're adding something, or maybe they're rewiring. That's the only thing I can think of. You know what I mean? Um, because, but it ticked me off because I'm going, well, they better make sure that they get this straightened out before 12. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reschedule. They just, and that was not even, when I got that message, that wasn't even a 24-hour notice. So there's a lot of people that work at home and they make money at what they do. And if they can't use their service, they'll have to figure something else out, I guess. There we go. Okay, got you. Anyway, so yeah, so that gave me a headache first thing this morning, and my eyes were swollen from the pollen, and it was just like, oh my gosh. Other than that, we're going smoothly. And I have chores that I had planned on doing Sunday, but we rescheduled the yard sale for Sunday, and then so those chores didn't get done. So now I have chores to do here at the house. And then I get a typical day. Then I get a message that I have to meet my daughter this evening. So we got to do all this stuff before I go to bed. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It will be okay. So anyway, we had a yard sale flow in Manassas. We'll let you know when our next one is. Storage Bandit, my son, has been sick, so he didn't have it. He didn't participate, but the kids did, and and it turned out okay. Even though on Sundays your yard sales are a little slow, um, but that's okay. So we're gonna have another one whenever he decides, and that'll be the big yard sale, the huge ones that he has. And people were looking for them yesterday. It's the typical, the ones I guess resellers. They come up, say hi, and then they left. And then yeah, watch Cathy's online sales if you want to know where our next yard sale is going to be. If it's going to be here or if it might end up being at Double Toll Gate flea market. So I don't know. It just depends on how he feels and what he wants to do. But it'll be announced on Cathy's online sales. Let's see, what else can I talk about? What kind of garden are you having, Flo? Are you having a vegetable or a flower? Probably vegetables, huh? Um, I'll tell Mama Sassy, to get in touch with you when she gets back in the area. Also, and what else can I do? I don't know what else. I'm glad everybody's doing okay. I know everybody has a busy life. Both. Okay, good. Good. Because I think that's what Rhonda does too. They have flowers and vegetables and all that kind of stuff. Um, I think one year they just had tomatoes, but that's okay. That means I get free tomatoes, right? Until she starts charging me. Yeah, y'all have to make friends with anybody that has a garden. You have to make friends with anybody that has um, um, that is a mechanic. That's what my daughter used to say. Oh no, my plumbing. I guess I got to make friends with a plumber now. She said. um, so you need to because if you're friends with them, they will give you a better deal than if you were strangers. As long as they're good at what they do. I know my daughter has projects all the time. I know there's something else I wanted to tell you, but if it was important, I'll let you know. Oh, we've got to do our peace cards. Yeah, I don't know what internet provider you have, but I know some people are not happy with theirs, and it's a monopoly sometimes in a complex. But a lot of people are trying to do things cheaper, and that's what I keep looking for. Because if they're the only ones that you can have, then they go up in their prices all the time. So keeping bugs away. What are you doing? Are you planting marigolds? Guess what I learned last year or the year before, whatever. If you have squirrels or animals digging in your garden, because they dig up stuff. They dig up stuff and they plant stuff in your, like their peanuts and stuff. Anyway, put red pepper flakes all over and it doesn't have to be coated. Just sprinkle red pepper flakes all over your potting soil or your ground, and you can keep the digging critters away with red pepper flakes, and they're not that expensive. But the problem comes in if you don't remember and it rains after a while, they start digging again and you have to sprinkle them again. But it works if you have any type of squirrels or anything like that digging in your pots. Okay, let me grab one. And if these are inner peace cards, Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, I used to watch him all the time. These are affirmation cards. And if I repeat it, all that means is we need it. So I'm going to grab one out of the middle. And it says, I am patient and loving with my fearful thoughts. Plus, I like the artwork. It says, be patient and loving with every fearful thought. Practice observing your fears as a witness, and you'll see them dissolve. It just means don't be, you got a fear, just kind of look at it and go, you're not scaring me, buddy. Okay. It's normal to have fearful thoughts. It's normal. Just don't let your fear stop you from living. Somebody told me one time, they said, oh, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I look, whatever. I don't know what the problem was. And I said, anybody that you run into that you know, they're going to understand your situation. Anybody that you don't know, they're not worried about you. They don't care about what you look like. They don't care. They don't even know you. They see you and move on. You're because I used to like if I worked outside, I wouldn't just jump in the car and go to the store. I had to make sure I had clean, fresh clothes on, even though I didn't have a lot of clothes, and I still don't. Clean, fresh clothes on, and everything looked presentable before I went in the store. Now, yeah, like yesterday, the girls wanted to meet up and get some lunch after the yard sale, and I'm going. The first thing was I'm dirty. And then I'm going, well, then I rationalized it. And I said, well, they're not changing their clothes. They're dirty too. So I'm going, but you got the pollen all over you. You're tired. You're a mess. They didn't care. So I said, okay. But that was my first thought. But I'm dirty, you know? So, I mean, there's a lot of people that dress in some crazy whatever. And there's a lot of people that go into the grocery stores and they're fresh from the barn, literally, because there's cow and horse farms around here, and they had to run into the store for something. And but for me, my first instinct is, but I'm dirty. Or if I help my son, um and he goes, okay, mom, where do you want to go eat? We'll go get something to eat. I go, but I'm dirty. That's my first instinct. So, okay, ladies, thank you. I'm glad you popped in. Flo, if you can catch us on the 25th, I'm going to see if the girls want to give away a keychain um, uh, uh, for the viewers that are on our live. Um, and if they want to do that, that's what we're going to do. But I haven't talked to them yet to find out. But I've got some keychains, and then we'll gradually give one away maybe each time. It just depends on what they want to do. I'll check in with them. And let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, and Flo. Thank you, Suzette. And Flo, don't forget to let me know. Catch me over on Cathy's Online Sales whenever you get it, your whatever started up. for your business, let me know so that I can advertise for you. All right, my ladies, I'm going to get off here and adjust myself. My sinuses. More salt water is needed. All right, talk to you later. Y'all stay safe. Thanks for popping in. And are we going to have music or not? I'm technically challenged. And Flo, I had some tart tea, Tazo, hibiscus tea. It's tart, so you got to put honey in it. Wow. Okay, talk to you later. Thanks, ladies.